Welcome to Pagoda Podcast, where we explore ideas, strategies, and insights to help businesses grow and scale.
Right.
So imagine handing over the keys to a business you've, bled for over a decade, only to realize you left millions on the table because of a blind spot you didn't even know you had.
Yeah, that happens way too often.
Right. And by 2026 standards, the M&A game has, it's shifted drastically. Buyers aren't just looking for a pulse and a profit anymore. They're hunting for very specific operational resilience.
And that shift is, it's catching a lot of founders completely off guard. I mean, the biggest trap they fall into is timing. They wait until, burnout sets in, or they actively want an exit before they even think about making their business saleable.
Which is crazy because, I used to think of selling a business like staging a house.
Okay. How so?
Like you put out fresh flowers, bake some cookies, host the open house. But if I'm hearing this right, buyers today are showing up with structural engineers before they even look at the paint color.
That is exactly right. I mean, you cannot fix a crumbling foundation the day before closing.
Yeah.
Buyers demand to see an operation that is already demonstrably transferable. If the structural integrity is proven, they'll pay a premium. But if it's not, the deal falls apart.
So if the foundation is the first thing they scrutinize, what specifically tells a buyer that it's cracking?
Yeah.
Because a lot of founders assume massive top-line revenue covers up any underlying issues.
Oh, yeah, that's a huge misconception. Sophisticated buyers aren't just looking at the gross number. They are, analyzing the quality and the risk profile of that revenue.
Okay, meaning what exactly?
So you can have two companies with identical revenue, and one might command a 3x multiple while the other secures a 6x multiple.
Wait, really? Double the valuation for the exact same revenue?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
It comes down to the mechanics of systemic risk.
Like what?
Like customer concentration, for example. If 80% of your revenue comes from just 2 mega clients, a buyer sees a house of cards. I mean, if one of those clients leaves, the business collapses. Drop that concentration to 40% across a wider portfolio, and suddenly the multiple expands significantly.
Because you've neutralized that risk.
Exactly.
Let me push back on this, though. If a founder has run a highly profitable, successful business for 15 years, through sheer force of will, why shouldn't they price in their unique operational value?
That's a common question.
Right. I mean, aren't buyers essentially paying for their highly successful playbook?
Well, they want the playbook, but only if they can run it without the author.
Oh, that's a really good way to put it.
Right. If every client relationship and operational workflow lives exclusively inside your head, you haven't built a transferable asset. You've built a demanding job.
A job that someone else is buying.
Exactly. And mathematically, that's a massive liability. If you get hit by a bus, the business stops. Buyers need true owner independence.
So we're talking documented workflows, clear staff responsibilities.
And transparent financial records. Things that allow anyone to just step into the cockpit and fly the plane.
So that clash, between a founder's emotional attachment to a decade of missed family dinners and a buyer's cold risk-adjusted math, that's where the deal usually falls apart when owners try to manage the sale alone.
It is. It's nearly impossible to be objective about your own life's work. You price it on emotion and you defend it on emotion.
Right.
That's why bringing in advisors who use an evidence-based strategy is critical. I mean, at Black Pagoda, we combine AI-powered insights with human brokerage support to objectively expose those operational gaps.
Wait, how does AI actually expose an operational gap? Isn't it just crunching historical spreadsheets?
Not at all. It doesn't just look backward. It runs predictive simulations.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
The AI models what happens to your cash flow and operations if specific stress factors hit. Like exactly what happens if your lead salesperson walks out the door, or if supply chain costs spike 15%.
Oh, so it identifies single points of failure so founders can fortify them well in advance.
Exactly. It takes the emotion completely out of it.
So if you are sitting on a business right now, this requires a fundamental mindset shift.
Definitely.
First, you have to start preparing well before you are ready to sell.
Yes.
Second, build the systems and financial clarity that make the business fully transferable.
Right. Get it out of your head.
And third, understand your true business value and seek objective guidance before entering the market.
That is the core strategy. Prepare, systematize, and evaluate.
But consider this. If you build your business to be completely transferable tomorrow, meaning it runs flawlessly without you printing cash while mitigating risk, Do you even need to sell it?
That is the million-dollar question.
Right. Or have you just bought yourself the ultimate luxury, total freedom and passive income?
Either way, you win.
Thanks for listening to Pagoda Podcast. If you're thinking about growing, scaling, or preparing your business for a future sale, learn more about Black Pagoda at www.blackpagoda.com. We combine AI-powered insights, strategic guidance, and trusted brokerage support to help business owners make smarter decisions and build greater business value. Until next time, keep building a stronger business.